seems as though your quest to take a soul has awakened, well, greed. A deadly enemy, to be sure.
Greed consumes.
Black Adam and his allies fought the deadly enemy of man, greed. I don't think the blatant symbolism bothered him even a little bit.
This victory was supposed to be mine.
Now, be nice to our guests. I think they have earned an audience.
Isis, if you can hear us, we are nearly there.
Of a trick, but he was so head over heels in love, he wasn't careful enough. Keep listening through all the mushy stuff, and I promise we'll get back to all the cool fighting.
Talked to Willis 3 times, finding more inconsistencies in his story. Ainsworth digs into Willis's background.
Beloved Isis, at long last.
I knew you would. But Ainsworth discovers Willis has accumulated some large debt. Initially, Willis wasn't a suspect, but he's a guy that we've got to rule out.
Without a fight.
Willis is cooperative and agrees to take a polygraph test.
I will make you pay for the cruelty your arrogance inflicts.
Ainsworth calls on his partner.
I started my career enforcement in corrections and the opportunity to help many inmates with all different categories of crime.
Detective John Zimmer had 9 years with the Boulder County Sheriff's Office. Interviewing witnesses is his specialty.
Dealing with all these inmates had opportunity to learn body language, eye contact, demeanor, so I really studied them a lot.
and very agreeable. Willis looked just a little upset, like anyone else that I dealt with. I'd love to win more. If he passes it, thank you very much. We're done. So now we can just eliminate all the work that we're going to be doing on him. I expected to think that a photograph that I thought was polygraph expert Chris conduct the session. He has a lot of photographs. He is very good at what he does. Polygraph's completely different than what most people think it is. Talk to the person about what they're doing. Explain to them how polygraphs work.
I will not stop.
I don't want to come to a conclusion until I'm done running that polygraph.
What? I thought perhaps we'd be better off making a bar.
I came prepared to train.
John and I know
This
that we're going to go in
virtuous
and do the
soul
interview when the polygraph's done. So we'll
A
watch this very
true
intently.
rarity. But in my experience, virtuous souls are just deadly souls who haven't lived long enough.
His words are poison. Beware what he offers.
I will listen.
Instead of fighting over a full soul you cannot relinquish, let us split ISIS in twain. Half deadly, half virtuous, half for the world, half for the world.
And what would you have in return?
Conduct, of course. A new domain for my unknown.
You may have conduct as long as
Blatantly obvious threats, but I do so of a challenge.
Did you see that? Did you see
So
that?
it is agreed.
Well, maybe he was being honest. He's not
ISIS.
going to tell us
I
about
trust
this
you
crime.
to the ends of the earth. And
Agreed then.
Wonderful. Watch as I draw out her two selves, deadly and virtuous.
When Willis has taken the
As
steps,
promised, half for the
on
world
our very important
conduct
questions.
will
Now I'm
suffer.
getting a little bit of a mindset.
and half for the underworld.
Our number one suspect.
What trick is this?
Oh, how unfortunate that you didn't think to specify which half would end up where. Such is life. Now I'm afraid I have changes to conduct. Ta-ta,
And that's how it...
Polygraph results are not admissible as evidence in a Colorado court of law. It is crucial for Ainsworth and Zamora to get Willis to confess.
Willis, we need to talk. And I think you know we need to talk. Probably been killing him for about 4 days. Ainsworth's style is pretty mellow. He likes to get into the suspect's personal space. He works himself in there.
I guess I would give a good cop because, I'm going to give you a soft place to land, and where John is kind of in your face and make me do my job because I love the bid.
What the issue here is we need to know what you know. We don't know everything that you know. Your body is telling Chris that you don't do it. No idea what the charges stand that you know killed Neil. Without a doubt. There's no other way to read it.
I am being honest. I do not have any idea who killed him. There's no way I would kill him. He's family, guys.
Is it somebody you're afraid of? Think they'll do the same thing to you or your family?
No. I have no idea. I don't know. Honestly. Truthfully, I do not know.
In my experience, when somebody says, I swear to God, or anything like that, they're lying through their teeth.
I'm sorry. I guess you guys not believe me. No. gotta believe me.
That's one answer.
I don't know what happened.
You know, this isn't gonna go away. I mean, it's not a bad dream. It's a real deal.
No. But I do not know, except what I've seen and what I've told you guys. I am being honest with you. You know, I've always been honest with my wife and my pastor yesterday.
Willis's strategy, I think, was to stick with his story no matter what.
I did not kill Neil. God, my witness, you know.
And so at that point, I looked at John and just kind of nodded almost imperceptibly, and that's when he started talking to him.
I just started going at him. A little bit different style.
You can't use God as my witness on a lie. That's scary stuff. That is not good. That is flat out not good. Period.
When I brought up God, and God is my witness, he did kind of start looking away. So I'm picking up. Okay, now I'm having a reaction.
Bottom line is, if you can't come clean within you and make it right here before you get to that other side, it's truly over.
I'm looking at his demeanor with Ainsworth, and for me it changed a little bit. He seemed to be sitting up maybe a little more, and he was very tense and just very focused on me.
We have to know your side of the story, because we're going to put it together, and we're going to see the man's line. I would love to be able to tell a judge, a district attorney, at least the man came clean. He told us the truth.
When John would say, we're talking about truth and honor, and when he would do that, he would just look down. It's like he had lost all control of all of his defenses.
But all the things God, the man is a man, he's going to tell me the truth.
He was clearly getting to a point where something was going to happen.
If he's truly a man, he's going to tell the truth. No matter what happens, at least he can hold his head high and say, I told the truth.
65-year-old Neil Blackner was found stabbed to death in his home. The victim's neighbor, Willis Horn, claims to be a witness, but detectives Steve Ainsworth and John Zamora think he's their best suspect.
I'm going mad for you, but I'm also thinking, God, if the man is a man, he's going to tell me the truth. If he's truly a man, he's going to tell the truth. No matter what happens, at least he can hold his head high and say, I told the truth. He's trying to wake me, okay? He's trying to wake me. Trying to wake me. He's trying to take my blood up. He called me out. No, I don't want to go to jail.
I remember thinking, finally, okay, let's talk about it. And I kind of leaned over, kind of comforting, come on, it's okay. And he started crying.
I didn't want to. I know you did, Eva. He can't poison me. He can't poison me. Just tell us what happened. I come home and brought a black.
We will force Neon to renounce Kandak and drive back the forces of evil.
Who knew the underworld was so well stocked? Let's give them a bad review and send them packing.
Mummies? Monsters? Doesn't seem like Neron's MO. Clear them out, and we'll investigate as soon as we can.
Let's show them what we do to dirty thieves.
Just grab a knife to help protect myself, because I didn't know. Then I walked in, he grabbed me and threw me on the bed again. And that's when I started to stab him. And then I go kill my victim.
So I had to defend myself. My 60-plus-year-old neighbor tried to rape me. And it's pretty pathetic.
I didn't, really believe it, and, the evidence on the scene did not show that at all.
What the evidence did show was that Neil was most likely a robbery victim murdered in bed.
I suspect that Willis probably went in with some money, and then Neil woke up in the there, and then he's really in a bind because now Neil knows that he's in there stealing from him, his neighbor of years and years and years, and it completely changes his life.
What you were playing about? No. But we do have a victim. Right now, Willis is saying he wants to do it.
There are a lot of different tragedies in this case, as there are in any case. You have a whole community that's lost rich. You have Neil Blackwood's family that has lost his father and grandfather.
Always willing to offer a hand and help other people. And he was just a kind, gentle soul. I just hope everybody remembers him in that particular way.
He made his mark here on a lot of people. He touched a lot of lives.
Over 1,700 miles away, in Binghamton, New York.
One of the things that makes me good at character is salesman.
Sergeant Jack Collins has been with the detective division for 9 years.
Go in there and you gotta convince them they can trust you. And it's okay for them to tell you what they did. That's really what makes you good.
December 13, 2006. Patrol responds to reports of gunshots outside a popular bar on the south side. They arrive to find numerous shell casings on the street. And blood splattered on the sidewalk. But no victim.
When I first arrived to the crime scene, there's a lot of people.
According to witnesses, a fight broke out in the bar and moved outside where shots were fired.
First thing that I wanted to do is, if the victim is there, let's get to that person as quickly as possible.
Collins learns that the victim is at a nearby hospital being treated for a gunshot wound to the buttocks. The victim gives Collins a name for the shooter, Sherman Norwood. 30-year-old Sherman Norwood, a.k.a. Country, has done time for assault and drug-related charges.
My impression is that they had an ongoing history with each other, and then it finally just escalated to where someone actually felt that they needed to.
The next day, Sherman is pulled over for a traffic violation. Then finds his gun in the bar. They bring him in for questioning. Sherman continues to deny that the recovered gun is his. Collins shifts focus to the shooting at the bar.
My strategy in this, because Sherman was very willing to talk, was to let him talk as much as possible.
Sherman admits he was at the bar on the night of the shooting, but that he had nothing to do with it.
I guess they thought I was going to come over and try to jump over me. Somebody get off the shot, hit the door, turn out the right like this right now. I thought they was scared.
Yeah, you sure showed them.
You make banishing demons look easy. Thanks a ton.
Pretty theatrical.
This was it. Y'all pulled up, I was standing right close to you. The problem is you found a gun. For what? It's kind of a gun. He said I shot him. Yes. He said I shot him? Yes.
Binghamton, New York Sergeant Jack Collins is interrogating 30-year-old Sherman Norwood about a bar shooting that sent one victim to the hospital. Collins just revealed that the victim ID'd Sherman as the shooter.
He said I shot him? Yes.
Sherman's initial reaction was he didn't believe us. He thought maybe we were he's trying to figure out if we're lying to him.
He's trying to say you like that run off over whatever, which I didn't. That man got shot in the ass and you could have shot him in his ass. Trust me.
Typically we won't show suspect statements, but in this case I thought would be very powerful to let him know that, look, we're not lying that the victim told us.
That there was family. The black male that I know is family that shot me in the buttocks with what looked like a 9mm. So now I didn't make that up. Alright. What you gonna do with it? I ain't got time to argue with you, man. I already know I ain't shoot that man in the ass, man. Okay, one more question though. If you get shot in the ass, how the you seen me shoot you in your ass?
This interview's gone on for a little bit now, and the stories have got to stop. You need to start telling us what really happened.
First, Collins needs to tie Sherman to the recovered gun.
In a case like this, because we found the firearm, we wanted to get a DNA sample from Sherman. So if he was holding that firearm, there's a good chance that the lab would be able to get his DNA on the gun.
DNA test. Compare your DNA to the DNA that is recovered. Done. Saliva, sweat, blood.
He's wondering how long the actual test takes.
You have
so I'm
my
going to use that
thanks.
to my advantage. The reality is that it takes several days. That was try to pick up.
I don't think it was really enough OS. All you gotta do is take this and run inside your mouth.
I will never forget this. You made ISIS reward.
Right there and that.
Collins pretends the results are in.
My life.
the trigger.
Now I want to let him know that, look, this has gone on long enough, and I'm disappointed in you. You're not. You're only getting a little bit of what happened. Once again, you've got to tell me the truth. That's it. Go on.
Jump directly his way. I just told you a lot, but I didn't want you to say. He jumped directly back. You're both so full of. Now. Tell you how? You didn't tell us that. You didn't mention that. I didn't mention what? You're a liar.
Way to take the out of the undead.
We didn't have time to get any gun back.
But in all seriousness, well done.
I want to let him know that I'm not happy with him. So I like pretend that I'm getting mad at him. It's very important to change your tactics, change your emotions to what's going on at that particular moment in the room. I think I'm pretty good at it.
So I'm supposed to believe you now? You're so foolish. I'm so foolish. So, well, I'm still, though. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to give you another test. All right, well. Okay? I'm going to give you another test.
What we were hoping to do with this test was to convince him that we have evidence now that you actually fired the fireman.
Let's take a shot at that gun.
Collins pretends to give Sherman a gunshot residue test.
We are beyond death.
I didn't really say a whole lot when I was doing it.
Death is just part of
Came
life.
back in, and that was when I decided, well,
Death is a double
now that we
mix.
did it, we gotta sell it to him.
You know what that I just did? Test. Okay. Gunshot residue test. What do you see what that says? What do you think it's going to be?
Again, Collins acts as though the results are in.
Yes! You have to physically be holding a firearm. Get that in your hand.
Yeah. After the second test, it was clear that Sherman was done. He was going to be telling us what happened.
Listen, I'm going to tell you what is going to save you. If you shot him, you need to let me know that you didn't need to want to kill him. Why can't you be honest with me?
In Binghamton, New York, Sergeant Jack Collins interrogates Sherman Norwood about a bar shooting. 3 hours in, the suspect admitted to handling the gun, but Collins still needs him to admit to pulling the trigger.
Why can't you be honest with me? Question is what trying to kill him. What you guys trying to do? Okay, nobody's trying to keep us over. Why are you so hard to tell me? Nobody's trying to take the knife. Nobody was trying to take them. Yeah, I could have done it too. Well, when they in front of people like that.
When Sherman finally confessed to shooting the gun, I felt really good because now we've met our objectives. And that is just to put the gun in his hand and show that he's responsible for shooting it. That ranks up there as one of the most amusing interviews I've had. With Sherman buying the fact about us being able to do the test results right there. The suspect is willing and continually wanting to talk to you, and he hasn't quite told you the whole truth. Stay with it, and eventually you're going to get there. But you have to be persistent.
detective takes a different approach in the interrogation room.
I think part of the reason that suspects is taken about Gil, and I also think purely the fact that somebody's looking
Brett Cerise has been a detective for 8 years.
People inherently like to talk and like to tell stories. And they like to tell the story of what they've done quite often. And if you're not a good listener, you may not pick up on that, and you may never get the story out of it.
May 29th, 2003. A woman worried about her son goes to his apartment and discovers it has been ransacked. Underneath a pile of clothes and furniture, she discovers her son beaten to death. The victim is 21-year-old Travis Carr. Travis had recently moved into an apartment and was living on his own for the first time.
This is the street from the homicide. This is the building right here. On the second floor.
Arriving at Travis's apartment, Cerise finds a scene of utter chaos.
Even for a seasoned investigator, it was a little bit shocking to see such things. There were signs of a struggle inside, and it appeared that it wasn't very quick death. Tables turned over, furniture moved, blood quite clear areas.
Cerise learns that Travis had been bludgeoned to death.
This crime scene especially was a very violent, brutal crime scene. Someone really disliked this person or was very angry at this person and really tortured this person.
Searching through the crime scene, detectives find a major clue. A bloody shoe print on the living room floor.
The prints were very important to us in this investigation because that might indicate who had been in the crime scene, had seen it, or eventually perpetrated the crime.
Cerise interviews Travis's neighbors in the apartment building, but is unable to develop any leads. 2 days into the investigation, the case takes an unexpected turn.
Detective girl,
Cerise gets a tip from a caller who says they should be looking at the victim's neighbor, 23-year-old Patrick Alexander.
We had some information taken.
It takes more than walking corpses to frighten me, my friend. Come, let me show you my wares.
CSI matches Patrick's shoes to the bloody shoe print from the scene.
Patrick actually liked to talk to the police. Wanted to be as helpful as possible. The first time Patrick was interviewed, he actually then asked my investigators to show the shoe prints of the sneakers that he was wearing.
I was recruited with a promise of fighting evil. But instead I'm selling colas in hell.
Come in for some follow-up questions.
It was actually a way to get him into the station without him feeling vulnerable. He wanted to cooperate. He had no problem talking to us.
Joined by fellow detective Joe Cornell, Cerise will interview Patrick.
This was a very important interview. We had some circumstantial evidence at this point, but we still really needed this statement.
At first, Patrick is reluctant to give straight answers to their questions. It takes several hours before he begins to loosen up.
Items, video games or CDs from Travis. That was pretty much the first major step in the interview. Quite important.
From this table, and then started from against the wall.
that this was quite a bit of an exaggeration. It seems as though he was trying to try for self-defense by being able to say that he felt threatened by Travis.
Tossed it.